Hello. I had an email from someone who requested that I do a video um, about being pregnant and having CP and the effects of that on my body. And let me first off by saying, first start by saying that each person with cerebral palsy is very much different from the next person. Um, I have a very mild case of cerebral palsy, um, but so I can only talk about my experience, obviously. But keep that in mind when you're listening to this and you're taking, you know, what I say, that you should always consult your doctors. I do recommend that you not only have a regular general doctor, or GD, um, but you have a cerebral palsy specialist. In my city or my area, we have a cerebral palsy clinic with obviously cerebral palsy specialists in the clinic. So, but in other areas, you can find cerebral palsy specialists by contacting the United Cerebral Palsy, a UCP. If you contact them and tell them where you live, they will be able to help you find a specialist in your area or close to your area. So anyway, before getting pregnant, and I'm talking generally to women of cerebral palsy, not to the men, because frankly all you do is donate your little men, and we do 9 months of carrying and growing and all that. So this video is more toward women with cerebral palsy, although the men in their life are more than welcome to watch this video too and learn about what you can do as a well, that's, I guess, if you're married to somebody with cerebral palsy and you have cerebral. Anyway, off topic there. Sorry. So basically, what I did was, before I got pregnant, I consulted with my general doctor and said, am I healthy enough to carry a child physically, and then I consulted with a cerebral palsy specialist, and they did a whole realm of things that a general doctor doesn't do because they don't know what to look for. So x-rays, bone structure tests, things like that. And so they said that you should be able to carry normally, but you may not be able to carry to term because you got a small frame. Bone-wise, I have a small frame. I always thought I couldn't have kids because of that, because I'm a small bone frame, and so I just sort of put having kids off my mind so I wouldn't worry too much about getting pregnant in the first place. So when I got married, I talked to my husband about it and said, I'm adopted, my brother is adopted, and I feel that adoption is a good choice if I can't get pregnant. And I'm telling you, I may not be able to, because that's what, that's one of the concerns that doctors had, was that I could carry, but could I get pregnant? They didn't know if I could. So, sometimes you don't know until you try. And so, we tried to get pregnant, and, it took us 6 months to try, which isn't too long compared to a lot of other people without cerebral palsy or without any type of disability. So when I got pregnant, I was really excited, and I went back to my general doctor, who obviously said, I can't help you because I'm a GD, so you had to go to an OBGYN, and I had never been to an OBGYN. I didn't even know what that was, or whatever. So my mom had to explain what an OBGYN was, and so I went to an I actually started off with a midwife, and when I developed gestational diabetes was when I transferred to a doctor, and the doctor had no prior patients with CP that I knew about. I had asked him, and he said he didn't think he did. So we were going through this together for the first time, and so they decided to induce me because the baby didn't, my son didn't drop, and I had gestational diabetes. That's another reason why they tried to induce me. And so then I went into the induction, and my son's heartbeat dropped, and they came in and said, you gave it 72 hours, good try. Because of my cerebral palsy, I couldn't feel the contractions, so I didn't know when to push, and I didn't know, I didn't know that. So that was part of the problem, was that not only didn't he drop, my water never broke because he was so high up, and I never felt my contractions, so I wasn't pushing. But I was having contractions from the contraction meter that they have, but if you don't feel them, you don't push. So anyway, so I remember feeling very scared, and I just wanted a healthy baby. I didn't want a baby to come out with its cord around his neck or something like that, where he would end up having cerebral palsy or something, because growing up with cerebral palsy, as you know, as a person with cerebral palsy, was very difficult, and a lot of people were very judgmental about that, although I have to say the majority, because I was so active in sports, regular sports. I never did adaptive sports in school. I always went for the regular sports. So people got to know me, and they realized that I was just like everybody else, just with a little limp, and I didn't get too much harassment after junior high. So after the sports started coming into the school system, people sort of realized that I could carry my own weight in life, and I wasn't, pulling out the poor pitiful me card, which, people just assumed that I would do that, I guess, but, I was dealt the card I was dealt, and I have to adapt my life to be able to accommodate for the situation. So anyway, this video is going overboard, so I'm probably going to have to record another one. So I'll stop here, and then we can continue on. So we just, to wrap up, we're talking about my first pregnancy, and then in the second video, we'll get into the second pregnancy and how it's affected my body. So here we go. Thank you for listening, and I hope that this is educational for parents and people with CP and people without CP, so that people can get the respect and that they deserve when they're going through something like this.